Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm adding attachments to Azure DevOps through Microsoft Power Automate. In this flow I'm creating, you can upload one or many attachments to Azure DevOps. I'm also creating work item through Microsoft Power Automate and Azure DevOps. I'm using Microsoft Form for this, and you can also learn the technique how you can get or where you can get Microsoft Forms files. I have created a simple Microsoft form here. You can see, and there's only attachment option, and you can upload multiple attachment, limit of 3 into this Microsoft form. So on the Microsoft, I have on Power Automate, I have created a flow. I'm adding a trigger to Microsoft Forms, and in this trigger, I'm getting a form submitted, signing. Okay, here I'm getting the form ID, which was agreement form. Then I will use another connection from Microsoft Forms. I'm getting the get response details. Next, I am going to create a variable, initialize a variable my files, and type of the variable would be an array. Next, I will parse JSON, parse JSON, and then here the content would be from the get response details. So here is okay, let me save my file. I think there is some okay, let's save add upload files to Azure DevOps. Not complaints about okay. Okay, I already didn't select this response ID. And for this one, we get from get response, I'm getting the okay, what we called it was question 2, which was, let me rename this one attachments. Let me name it to files or attachments, whatever you name it. Oh, okay. I need to save my file to load to get the names. For that, let me delete this one. save it. Did I miss something? Okay, my flows. Like upload files to Azure DevOps. Edit. Okay, here we add another action. JSON. We parse JSON, and then for the content, using get response data, we call that attachments file. So now it's showing up here. Get the files. Then the schema for this is an array type. Array. Okay, so we did this one, then we, well, let me go to Azure DevOps. Okay, so let's say I have a project. Okay, I have work items. Okay, so I will action. I'll select Azure DevOps, create a work item, pick my organization, my project 1, work item type, expected drop down here, but why it's not showing the drop down? Let me check my organization. I have Apex issues. It should show name work item types, but okay, now it's coming. I don't know, something weird. Let's say I want to create a task, and the title for my work item would be this thing, adding attachment to DevOps to automate. I'll keep this for description also. So let me make it simple. Adding files to ADO through Power Automate. So the other things we will just keep it empty. Okay, up to this point, let's see, let's save our flow. Let me run it and check if it's working. And go to the form. I will do the preview. Option 1, upload files from download. I will have 2 files selected. And submit the file. Okay, let's see if my flow is running. I'll duplicate this one. Going to flows. Okay, you see it ran successfully. And it created the work item. Let me go to the Azure DevOps. Refresh, you see the work item is created. But if I open the work item, there is no attachments. I need to have, I need to see, I need to upload the attachments in my work item. Oh, okay. We came here. Now what we will do is I will control apply to each. Since the files we get as an array, so I will get this one from JSON, the body. Okay, then we will be using another. When you upload the Microsoft form, it saves it into OneDrive. So I will click and add another action, get file content. Okay, it's from OneDrive for Business. Information, sign in. Okay. Here it asks for the file identifier. The file identifier is from the parse JSON which we did. So it's my from the current item ID. You might be wondering what is this ID. So if I come here, if I do the when we did the parse JSON, if you see the output, we have the ID here. And you should know that we will be getting the name later. So name is here. Here is the link to the files uploaded. This is the ID of the file and the size, reference ID, some other. So we are taking the ID, and later we will be taking the name also. So we get the file ID, and we don't change any other things here. Once we get the file ID, I need to do another action, which is append to array. Append to array variable. If you remember, we created the variable my files in the top, initialize this one. My files, we initialize it as an array. Now we will append this. So here we will be using curly braces and name, and for the name we will be using, as I said before, we'll get the name of the file again from the current item. And this time we get the name, and we also get content bytes, and that you will get from the get file content. Okay, now we came to the important part, so which is the uploading file to Azure DevOps. Here we will be using an HTTP Azure DevOps. Send an HTTP request. Again, we need to choose your organization. First time we need to post, and then the relative URI. For the relative URI, I will go back to my audio. I will get this part. So this is relative URI. First part, sorry. Here I'm pasting this one, and then underline APIs WIT attachments question mark file name equals. Here again we will be getting the name of the file, so we will be using again current item name, and then and API dash version equals 7.2 dash PR dash preview. So you need to make sure you type this exactly. If I came here, Azure DevOps HTTP request Power Automate. So if you search it and from Microsoft Cloud, these are the properties. So, and also Azure DevOps HTTP request reference. So if you go to also, you see, and the API version is 7.2, and this is how there are different URLs that you need to read. So if you have different, just for example, for the C#, I forgot where I got the exact, but I found it from this documentation. So you need to. So here you can find all those details about the HTTP request. So you can go through this documentation, and if you are using a different version, so you can also change it to a different version. I'm using the latest version right now. So yeah, so you need to make sure you copy these things and you read it if you're right correctly. So once we add the sport, then you click on this other parameters. So here we need to type the content types, content type, application slash update stream. And then for the body, what we will be using gives another method because base 64, and then inside the brackets we will be using dynamic content, get file content, and for the base body is base 64, we choose yes. Once we finish this part, then we will be going to add another compose data operation, and then here we'll get the response of our HTTP request. We need to add another condition. So basically, let me save this one. Just try to make sure we are doing it correctly. Let's run our request. Okay, so we see we get the file content, we append to array. but there is some issue with our HTTP request. Let's say not authorized. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, the connection is good. I think we don't need to type the organization. Let me remove the organization part. Okay, published. Let me resubmit. Oh, okay. It says what is the issue? Unauthorized. We're kidding. These are not access this resource. Hmm. Okay, this is. Let me check. Oh, it went through the same. I think. Okay, this one successful. That the error was from the previous one. I was confused. So we send HTTP request. If we check our HTTP request, outputs we have ID and then URL. We need to get this URL because this is important for when we need to upload our file to Azure DevOps. So we create another action. Again, I will be using data operation, compose. And this time I'll call this one. Let's call it URL using the same compose output, but I will be getting the URL from the output as I showed you on here. So that's we need to get the output. Okay, so we get the output. Now we need to send another HTTP request to Azure DevOps. Select Azure DevOps, send HTTP request, select organization. This time the method would be patch, and then for the relative URI, I will copy the same we had before, but I will modify it. So I will paste this guy here. We get the okay, we APIs WIT, and this time we use work items question mark. Here I will get the ID of the work item created. When create a work item, I'll get the ID. of the work item, and then API dash version equals 7.2 dash preview. So again, make sure you type this correctly, otherwise your solution might not work. Okay, so I think this is okay. What else we need here? Let me check here. Yeah, here again we need to pass the content type application JSON patch as JSON, and for the body we need to pass something like this. I found it through the documentation, so so make sure you do this part correctly. URL, and again for this one we need to get the URL that we created, so that we got that through the campus, so we will get the output of the URL here, and we have more attributes. Here you can use one thing, comments, comment. So let's say my test request form. Let's close the braces. Okay, open this one, then this one. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think we are good. A little the format is not looking good. If I make it a little better. So it can be much more readable. Okay, let's save it. Okay, we refresh our work items. Okay, we have the last one, we have this one, which again we don't have attachment. So now I will rerun the flow and see if we are able to add the attachments into the Azure DevOps. So we are running. Okay, it went successfully. Let's see if the work item created. Okay, we have the 65 created. We open here, we see the two attachments. So I open the attachments. This is one attachment. You see that you are able to add attachments. Okay, this one is of Word file that was not open directly, but I opened it here. So you can see we were able to add attachments to Azure DevOps. We were not just adding one attachment, we were able to add multiple attachments to Azure DevOps or Microsoft Power Automate Flow. And also, if you need to add Microsoft Forms responses attachments to SharePoint, sorry, SharePoint or any other place, this the same way you can follow. You can get once you get the details, so you can add it into SharePoint. Those stuff, those are simpler than this one. So for the Azure DevOps, it was a little tricky. That's why I tried to make a video for it, so that you guys, if you need it, can use it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Have a great day.